Working with so many women trying to declutter their homes, I've noticed something very interesting. They realize that they need to do something about the clutter, that it is getting or that it is already out of control. So the first thing they do is they go off to the shops to buy some storage containers. And immediately they feel better, although nothing has changed or happened to the clutter yet. Thanks again for joining me today. Please like my page if you're on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and please share it with your friends and your family so that it can help them too. So the big question is, how do women like us, who are wearing so many different hats each day and who don't cheat by looking like we have everything under control, take back our homes and life, free from the chains of clutter? How do we simplify, get started, get unstuck, let things go and create more time so that we can truly focus on what is essential for a happy and healthy life with our loved ones? That is the question, and this show will give you the answers. My name is Lizelle Tenton, and welcome to the Vanilla Essence Show. I must admit that I also love buying storage containers. I mean, the variety that is available is just amazing, and some of them are just drop dead beautiful. But realizing that you need to declutter and then immediately running out to go and buy storage containers is not going to get you anywhere. Matter of fact is that the chances are very big that those storage containers are just going to become part of the problem and the clutter as well. It is just a vicious cycle that we have fallen into that temporarily makes us feel better about the clutter because, we did do something about it, right? We bought storage containers. We took that first step. But unfortunately, it is not the right step. Before we buy anything, any kind or any sort of storage container or box, we need to determine what storage containers we are actually going to need. How much are we going to have to store, and where are we going to store it? How much space do we have available, and do we really want to store these things? So this brings us back to the clutter. No matter from which angle you look at it, you will first have to tackle the clutter. And then when you know what you need, you can go out and buy those storage containers. You see, storage containers can distract us from the decluttering process. We are so tempted to use the size of the storage container to determine what we are going to keep, rather than making those difficult decisions of what should we actually keep and what should we let go. And sometimes storage containers also fuels our procrastination. It is so easy to hide the things in the storage containers, and actually we should be making decisions about those items. Out of sight, out of mind, right? But that is how clutter builds up. Even hidden clutter can rob you of your peace because it stays on your subconscious to-do list. So if you are going to use storage containers, which are wonderful tools when you use it in the right way, declutter your items first. And while you declutter, you categorize your items before you choose your storage containers. You have to identify which items will be for deep storage. Now, these are usually the items that you hardly ever use, but you just cannot part with them, like old yearbooks, photos, wedding memories, and childhood memorabilia. And then you identify the items for seasonal and occasional storage. These items should not take up like prime space in your home, but they should also be easy accessible. For example, extra place settings that you use when you occasionally entertain. They don't need to be stored in the kitchen cabinets, but they can instead be stored in a container in the garage or the back corner of your pantry. Just make sure that you don't store these items too deeply. Otherwise, you might end up buying duplicates just to avoid the hassle of digging out the ones that you have stored somewhere. Yes, this does happen. We have the best of intentions, but when we are rushed and pressured for time, it is sometimes just so much easier to rather go and buy more than having to go and look for what you already have. Other examples of items for occasional storage are holiday decor, camping equipment, swimming pool items, costumes, travel items, and seasonal clothing. And then lastly, you identify the frequently used items. These items should be placed in those easy to access spaces. You should be able to get hold of them without any hassle or digging. And then you will know exactly what kind of storage containers and how much of each container you will need. Now you can go and shop. There are absolutely tons of storage containers to consider. I mean, you can use open baskets for everyday items like toys and laundry, blankets and pillows, pet supplies, and your mail. Or you can use small open stackable bins that are perfect for keeping small parts like nails and screws and nuts and bolts together. They also work for crayons and things like hair ties and erasers. They come in many shapes and sizes that allows you to easily fit them on narrow or deep shelves. Plastic containers might not be the most environmentally friendly option, but they surely are the most effective. They are strong and durable and lightweight, and it also protects your items from pests, moisture, and dust. And if you choose to use the see-through plastic containers, it just makes it so much easier to see what is stored inside of them. Remember to try to use the same style of container in each room so that the containers stack properly and that you have a uniform look. So remember, declutter first, then categorize your items, and then feel free to go and buy the storage containers that you need. Thanks again for joining me today. Please like my page if you're on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. But first, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and please share it with your friends and your family so that it can help them too.